you ask any fisher what their most prized piece of tackle is, and most often than not, they're gonna say it's their rod and reel. Now, like all things within the fishing tackle industry, Plano have tackled head-on the rod storage solution, and have come up with this, the Plano rod tube. Now, clearly the designers at Plano have done a lot of travel because the features in this rod tube have been thought out to a T, starting with its length. Now, we all have 2-piece and 1-piece rods, but back in the day, we were only able to travel with 2-piece. That's because we either had to get a few PVC pipes and tape them together in order to get our 1-piece rods in it. But that's a problem of the past, because with this rod tube, it extends out to 112 inches. Now, if I grab my 7'4" estuary rod here, stand it next to it, you can see how much room I've got to play with up the top. Now, if you had a stick baiting rod or something a little bit longer, then you're gonna have no problem getting it in this rod tube and going to your favorite destination. Now, the next feature is obviously the width. Not only is this rod tube super long, it's also nice and wide. With these estuary rods, I've fit up to 18 when they're packed without a reel. And the best part about it is it's so wide that if you only need to take 2 or 3, then you can fit them in here with their reel on. All that is with the added benefit of knowing that the top and the bottom of this rod tube is padded, which means in transit, you don't have to worry about the tips of your rod snapping off or one of the guides getting broken. Now, if we come down to some of the smaller componentry on this rod tube, which still makes a difference, it's got a center pin lock in here, which means that when the rod tube is extended all the way out at its maximum length, it's not gonna flex and potentially snap your rods. It's got a really convenient carry handle here, so if you're going through terminals at airports, or you're going out on a big marlin boat and you wanna come to a marina and wheel it out, you've got that to hold on to. And my favorite feature is it's got wheels on the bottom. So if you've got this rod tube jam-packed with your favorite rods and reels and it's quite heavy, you don't have to worry about carrying it because you've got wheels on the bottom to wheel it through wherever you are going. They're small features, but they make a difference, like with all things in the Plano range. Now, wrap all that up with a few lockable latches at the top, which means your rods are gonna be secure in those public places, and you have a rod tube that is gonna get you sorted for whether or not you're traveling out on a marlin boat for a few days or a liveaboard, heading overseas on a big trip, or just traveling domestically to target some of your favorite fish. This rod tube is gonna have you covered from the estuary all the way offshore.